First at 6 o'clock, the DEA says breaking up a major meth trafficking ring in rural Oklahoma is a big victory. Thank you for joining us. I'm Lori Fulbright.
And I'm Craig Day. Nearly 20 people were indicted in federal court on drug charges. News on 6's Amelia McGavro takes a look at the investigation.
Federal prosecutors say today they can now rest easier knowing 19 drug traffickers are off the streets. And agents with the DEA say with their new rural task force, traffickers can no longer hide in rural Oklahoma.
If you want to distribute and try to traffic methamphetamine and other drugs in rural Oklahoma, that's no longer acceptable.
DEA Special Agent in Charge John Scott says their 18-month investigation is over after the challenging task of finding and charging 19 people for trafficking drugs across the rural parts of eastern Oklahoma.
It makes a huge dent in the supply chain. Those distribution networks suffer greatly when we're able to take 19 defendants off the street that were operating in concert to traffic drugs in our neighborhood.
We have the booking photos of some of those now charged in the investigation. Investigators say Eric Castillo helped get drugs from Mexico, and then other members use houses in rural counties to distribute those drugs. Scott says stash houses in rural areas have become a new trend.
You don't see the massive amounts of methamphetamine in some of the rural areas, but it still does just as much damage because you have less people in the rural areas, so less dope goes a lot further.
U.S. Attorney Brian Keister says this is a major victory.
Anything that brings law enforcement resources together to address a common problem in Oklahoma is a great thing, and it certainly it's exciting for me to see.
And we will have the full federal indictment on newson6.com. In Muskogee, Amelia McGavro, Oklahoma's Own News on 6.